All right, so much uncertainty right now in the market, and Bank of Canada might do an emergency cut. However, on March the 12th, they're deciding about it right now. So nothing might happen and they might just let it go because other things are happening around our economy that makes everything else stall or undecisive or uncertain, right? So people, buyers, investors, and everyone else, they have legitimate questions and they would love or they would like to know the future. If they're investing the money, if they're investing into a business, they would like to know where things are going, at least if they can predict for a quarter or 2 quarters in order to make their decisions. So, Canada annual inflation in January edges up to 1.9%. Not too concerning, but it's heading in an upward direction. Core measures are also up. And that everything is kind of tied with all these tariffs too, right? So we don't know what will happen from our neighbors down south here at the border. We don't know. Will these tariffs will be implemented? We heard the news that they will. Then there was a pause of 30 days. Then that pause got extended even longer, which is great. However, now everybody's edging up, right? And the banks are looking how to have, as they claim, a softer fall. Well, regardless, soft or hard, it's a fall, right? So they're trying to prepare, and that inflation is edging up now. It's in an upward direction, and you know what that means, right? Like we have seen that during the pandemic, and obviously emergency times and measures and all of that stuff required emergency act. However, now we are edging up. So let's continue. So we see that the rent prices all across the city, all across Toronto GTA, are feathering down slowly. So what does that mean? So that means to me, anyways, that all these investors or everybody that was trying to either buy pre-cons or invest in these condos or whatever the case might be, right? So that they're struggling, and it is due to the inventory. Think about it, right? Like if we have in a tower 500 investors and 300 are in trouble or 30 are in trouble, they're going to start reducing the rent because it's better to collect something than zero. So everybody's trying to collect something, even though they're writing a huge deficit a month. Regardless, let me get something, right? So that's why more competition, more listings, the surge of listings and everything else, and people start to panic. So let's collect something rather than zero, all right? So it's basically a trap, right? So unemployment insurance claims are increased. So the unemployment will skyrocket. To what extent, we don't know. But if we see the pattern of that unemployment insurance kind of skyrocket, right? And then on the contrary, we're looking at the unemployment charts, and in January of 2025, they say, well, everything is fine, right? But there's so many other little things involved measuring the unemployment, right? It's not only a phone call or a dialing or stuff like that. So whoever you speak to, right? Yourself, your group of people, right? And my group is maybe larger than some of yours. And please comment below. I would like to know this. Like speak to your fear of influence or to your people, and you will find out fairly quickly that, okay, some people are maybe not complaining. However, nobody is claiming that it's sunny outside. Everybody is saying, look, man, it's trouble. We're trying to prepare as best as we can. Big businesses, some of the huge businesses, they're trying to cut the fat off. That's what they call it. They're trying to fire whoever they can so they can still operate, but to cut off the fat, right? So the expansion is not happening. They're just trying to stay afloat, right? Small businesses, restaurants, transportation maybe, and all of that stuff. And then we have that, tariffs, right, looming around all the time, and that creates extra pressure. It creates panic because whether you like it or not, you have to prepare, right? What if it happens, right? And if it happens, what's the plan? What's my solution, right? So will things balance out? Will things fall into place naturally? Yes. How long is it going to take? Are we in a recession today? What do you think about that? Please comment below. I believe we are. It's just the recession has been holding to an extent, not becoming a depression due to death. Because as soon as people need more, they just dip, right? Go into their line of credits, go into their savings. There you go. No more recession for them. So it's individually based. However, most of the people are dipping in, surviving. So they're surviving not to kind of push the entire recession into a depression. So a depression, when it starts, obviously unemployment will skyrocket. Listings will surge. And while I'm at this topic of listings, currently 20,000 listings in Toronto GTA as we speak, and of that 50% are condos. All right. So I get it. Before you say stuff about, well, but the freehold or homes are not hurt. Yes, for now they're not hurt. However, they slow down dramatically. Number one. Number two, it is hard for us to calculate this. However, we know that most of these condos, pre-con investments, I don't know, they were kind of tied to that real estate, to that freehold that you're trying to tell me, right? So if everything is kind of tied together, so then everything is in a jeopardy, right? So, I know people that they were dipping into their savings and they were dipping into HELOCs and their line of credits, and they were betting against their homes, investing into Bitcoin. And I know all the Bitcoin people behind these slides are going to be like, yeah, good for you, this and that. I get it, but some people lost money. I know that people lost money on Bitcoin, and I know some people that saw huge gains in Bitcoin. You decide. However, that's not the point of this video. The point of the video is that it's tied up to that freehold, because that freehold saw that jump. Remember in the pandemic, huge equity jumps. And you walk into a bank, you had a pulse, they'll give it to you. No problem. They'll give you whatever you want, right? As long as you take it, right? So I think we're just getting into that first level of realization that, oh no, this is real. And those people that are hoping from 2013, 2014, and they're still hoping in 2015 are going to see a reality check, because they're prolonging. And as they're prolonging, the hole gets deeper and deeper. So you could have solved your problem. You could have lost X and you could have got rid of it, and you could have a more stable situation. But no, some of you decided to go all the way to the red line. And then now it's like, oh my gosh, I'm in more debt. I'm still in the same situation, probably worse. So what am I supposed to do? Well, you decide what you will do, but my advice to you is try to put it on a piece of paper, see where you stand, right? Don't be the last man standing. Anyways, I hope you got some value out of this video. Please like on any other videos if you like on my channel, and I'll see you in the next one.